The subject of my presentation is the dangers of not breastfeeding. My presentation is divided in two parts: dangers of not breastfeeding for infants and for mothers. For infants, not being breastfed is associated with an increased incidence of infectious morbidity, including infections of lung and GI tract. Multiple studies suggest that formula-fed infants face an increased risk of gastroenteritis and diarrhea. Second, childhood obesity. Studies suggest that children who are formula-fed in infancy are more likely to become obese or develop type 2 diabetes. Third, type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Less than 3 months of breastfeeding has been associated with increased risk of developing type 1 and type 2 diabetes compared with more than 3 months of breastfeeding. Fourth, childhood cancer. Several studies have examined associations between formula feeding and childhood leukemia based on the hypothesis that immunoreactive factors in breast milk may prevent viral infections implicated with the leukemia pathogenesis. Fifth, sudden infant death syndrome, which is also known as SIDS. Case control studies suggest that formula feeding is associated with a 1.6 increased odds of SIDS compared with breastfeeding. These associations persisted after adjustment for sleeping position, maternal smoking, and socioeconomic status. 6. Otitis media, which is the infection of middle ear. 7th, lower respiratory tract infections. Infants who were not breastfed faced a 3.6-fold increased risk of hospitalization for lower respiratory tract infection in the first year of life compared with infants who were exclusively breastfed for more than 4 months. 8. Asthma. Developing asthma among formula-fed children with a positive family history of asthma or atopy and a 1.4-fold risk among those without a family history compared with those who were breastfed for 3 months or more. 9th, atopic dermatitis. Infants with a family history of atopy who were exclusively breastfed for less than 3 months have a 1.7-fold risk of atopic dermatitis compared with infants who are exclusively breastfed. 10th, heart disease and high blood pressure. Multiple studies suggest that children who were formula fed in infancy are more likely to develop heart disease and high blood pressure. 11th, diarrhea. 12th, necrotizing enterocolitis in premature infants. 13, colic and stomach upset. 14, change the digestive bacteria in your baby's GI tract. 15, dental malocclusion. 16, jaundice. 17, reflux disease. 18, colic. Some health problems in babies can make it harder for them to breastfeed, but breast milk provides the healthy start your baby needs. Even more so if your baby is premature or sick. Even if your baby can't breastfeed directly from you, you can express or pump your milk and give it to your baby with a dropper, spoon or cup. Keep in mind that the dangers of not breastfeeding for mothers. It may be surprising that there are benefits of breastfeeding for mothers of infants. The longer the mother breastfeeds, the more the benefits. You probably know that breastfeeding can give your baby a healthy start, but that's not the only health benefit. It also can lower your breast cancer risk. Research shows mothers who breastfeed lower their risk of pre- and postmenopausal breast cancer. And breastfeeding longer than the recommended 6 months can provide additional protection. Most women who breastfeed experience hormonal changes during lactation that delay their menstrual period. This reduces a woman's lifetime exposure to hormones like estrogen, which can promote breast cancer cell growth. Second, ovarian cancer. In case control studies, never breastfeeding is associated with a 1.3-fold higher risk of ovarian cancer. Third, obesity. For mothers, failure of breastfeed is associated with an increased incidence of retained pregnancy weight gain, type 2 diabetes, myocardial infarction, which is heart attack, metabolic syndrome, osteoporosis, and rheumatoid arthritis. Breastfeeding myths. Moms to be and new moms get a lot of baby advice. Although people usually mean well, not all of it is based on fact. Myths about breastfeeding are common. The fact is the breastfeeding is a healthy way to feed your baby. The decision to breastfeed is a personal one and it should be informed one. Myth number 1. Everyone uses a formula. More women breastfeed than you think. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 80% of women in the United States start out breastfeeding. Research over the past 40 years has proven that mother's milk is an inexpensive and healthy choice for babies. Myth number 2. Formula has more vitamins than breast milk. In fact, the opposite is true. Formula can't match the nutrients and vitamins in breast milk. More importantly, breast milk has antibodies which can only be passed from your body to your baby, which is that World Health Organization. Breastfeeding is a great choice for ensure your baby's nutrition. Myth number 3. Breastfeeding makes your breast sag. Actually, it is the pregnancy which stretches the ligaments of your breast tissue. Whether you breastfeed or not, age, genetics, and the number of pregnancies you have had also play an important role. Myth number 4. If your breasts are too small, you can't breastfeed. Actually, size and shape of breast don't affect ability to breastfeed and have nothing to do with how much milk a woman actually makes. This includes women with large areolas, flat nipples, and even women who have had breast surgery. Myth number 5. If your breasts are too large or you are plus size, you can't breastfeed. Women of all size can successfully breastfeed. So if you are a larger mom or new mom, you should not let the size of your breast automatically rule it out. If you are big breasted, it may take some extra patience. Plus size women are more likely to have C-sections, which means your milk might come in a few days later. Depending on the size of your breast, you may need a little more practice to find a hole that works for you and your baby. But with the right help and support, you can do it. Myth number 6. You won't be able to make enough milk. Moms almost always make enough milk to feed their babies. A newborn's stomach is only the size of a hazelnut. If you eat healthy, drink water, and nurse often, your milk supply should be plentiful. Myth number 7. Breastfeeding spoils a child. After spending 9 months growing inside you, it's completely natural for a baby to be attached to his or her mother, and vice versa. Despite what you have heard, newborns don't need to learn to fend for themselves at such a young age. In reality, breastfeeding provides a unique bond with your child that can last for a lifetime. Research shows that breastfeed children grow up to be confident and self-sufficient when parents meet their needs. Myth number 8. Breastfeeding hurts. Breastfeeding is not supposed to be a painful experience. In fact, pain is usually a red flag that something is wrong. Although a baby's latch can be strong, it's not actually biting, not even when the baby is cutting teeth. As with any new skill, there is an adjustment period. Common questions. Should I supplement with formula? Giving your baby formula may cause him or her to not want as much breast milk. This will decrease your milk supply. If you worry about your baby getting enough milk, talk to your baby's doctor. Does my baby need cereal or water? Your baby needs only breast milk for the first 6 months of life. Breast milk has all the nutrition your baby needs. Giving the baby cereal may cause your baby to not want as much breast milk. This will decrease your milk supply. Even in hot climates, breastfed infants don't need water or juice. When your baby is ready for solid foods, The food should be rich in iron. However, cereal is not a good first food for your baby. Talk to your doctor about what is right for your baby. Is it okay for my baby to use a pacifier? If you want to try it, it is the best to wait until your baby is at least 3 or 4 weeks old to introduce a pacifier. This allows your baby time to learn how to latch well on the breast and get enough milk. Does my baby need more vitamin D? Maybe. Vitamin D is needed to build strong bones. All infants and children should get at least 400 grams of vitamin D each day. To meet this need, your child's doctor may recommend that you give your baby a vitamin D supplement. This should start in the first few days of life. You can buy vitamin D supplements for infants at a drugstore or grocery store. Is it safe to smoke, drink, or use drugs? No. If you are smoking, then be sure to smoke away from your baby and change your clothes to keep your baby away from the chemicals smoking leaves behind. Ask your doctor or nurse for help quitting smoking. You should avoid alcohol in large amounts. An occasional drink is fine. It is not safe for you to use an illicit drug. Drugs such as cocaine, marijuana, heroin, and PCP can harm your baby. Some reported side effects in babies. Can I take medicines if I am breastfeeding? All medicines pass into your milk in small amounts. Some have no effect on the baby and can be used while breastfeeding. Always talk to your doctor or pharmacist about medicines you are using and ask before you start using new medicines. Can I breastfeed if I am sick? Some women think that they should not breastfeed when they are sick. But most common illness such as colds, seasonal flu, or diarrhea can't be passed through breast milk. In fact, your breast milk has antibodies in it. These antibodies will help protect your baby from getting the same sickness. Do I have to restrict my sex life while breastfeeding? No, but you may need to make some adjustments to make sex more comfortable for you and your partner if you have the following. Vaginal dryness. Some women experience vaginal dryness right after childbirth and during breastfeeding. This is because estrogen levels are lower during these times. If you have vaginal dryness, you can try more foreplay and water-based lubricants. Do I still need to control if I'm breastfeeding? Do I still need birth control if I'm breastfeeding? Yes, your doctor will likely discuss birth control with you before you give birth. Breastfeeding is not a sure way to prevent pregnancy, even though it can delay the return of normal ovulation and menstrual cycles. Discuss with your doctor birth control choices that you can use while breastfeeding. I heard that breast milk can have toxins in it from the environment. Is it still safe for my baby? Although certain chemicals can appear in breast milk, breastfeeding is still the best way to feed and nurture your infants and children. The non-risk of not breastfeeding far outweighs any possible risk from environmental pollutants. Remember that your baby was once inside your body and was exposed to the same things you were exposed during pregnancy. Does my breastfed baby need vaccines? Yes, vaccines are very important to your baby's health. Breastfeeding may also help your baby respond better to certain immunizations that protect your baby. Is it safe for me to get a vaccine when I am breastfeeding? Nursing mothers may also receive most vaccines. Breastfeeding does not affect the vaccine, and most vaccines are not harmful to your breast milk. However, vaccines for smallpox and yellow fever can be passed through breast milk. Avoid these vaccinations if possible while breastfeeding and talk to your doctor. What should I do if my baby bites me? If your baby starts to calm down, you can put your finger in your baby's mouth and take him off of your breast with a firm no. Try not to yell as it may scare him. You can put your baby down for a moment to show that biting brings a negative consequence. You can then pick your baby up again to give comfort.